I wanted to take this quick opportunity to talk about something that happens in many of our lives, and a lot of times we don't want to deal with it, and that can lead to a greater problem, and that's unresolved conflict. Now, many people just don't want to deal with conflict. They want to move it aside, they want to ignore it, they want to just let it hopefully fade away, and that they won't ever have to deal with it. But in many cases, unresolved conflict just leads to ongoing conflict. And the thing that had you in conflict initially, if you don't deal with it, is probably going to come full circle, and you're going to end up running into that same conflict again. And it's just going to become repetitive, and it's going to become a cycle where you keep running into the same conflict. So when you have conflict, the first thing you have to remember is not to run away from conflict. Embrace the conflict, but do it with an open mind, with an open heart. Think about it. Take the ego out of it as much as you can and try to deal with the actual conflict and not the peripheral noise and the biases and the ego that can really destroy it. So where do we have legitimate points of conflict, and where are we dealing with ego and territory? And as we sort through legit conflict versus ego and territory, if we can focus more on the legit conflict and find out what are the things that are keeping us separate, and we can minimize the ego and conflict, that's going to help us to make greater progress towards solving the real issues that are bothering us, so we don't have this unresolved conflict that festers and festers and festers because we're afraid to face it head on, because we can't take ego and territory out of it. When we can take ego and territory out of it, when we can actually face the real issues, that's going to move us forward toward having a better, more productive work environment, better, more productive interpersonal relationships, and better relationships in general.